Let us continue with the fundamental unit of life for class 9. This is part 2, right? Fundamental unit of life for class 9, part 2. In this video, let me tell you about cell structure, cell wall, plasma membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus. Okay, cell structure, cell wall, plasma membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus. So, one by one, we will see now. First, cell structure. Whether it's plant cell or animal cell, three basic things are very common. Okay, so the cell will have a cell membrane. Okay, then it will have a nucleus, right? Cell membrane. This is nucleus, and the distance between the nucleus and the cell membrane. This distance, it is full of cytoplasm. Okay, and then cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance in which cell organelles are present. The cell has various components called as cell organelles. In the coming video, we'll be seeing about the various cell organelles like mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum, lysosomes, and so on. Okay. So, basic structure of cell will have cell membrane. Okay. As I have no space, I'm writing. Cell membrane, nucleus, and cytoplasm. This is the basic cell structure almost in all living organisms. In plant cell, other than cell membrane, we have a cell wall. Okay, we have cell wall. In a plant cell, there is cell wall, and that cell wall is made up of cellulose. Okay, so plant cell has cell wall, animal cell has only cell membrane. But in almost all organisms, there are three basic features. That is the cell membrane. It is also known as plasma membrane. In the center or towards adjacent, there will be nucleus, and the remaining entire space is filled with cytoplasm. Okay, it's a jelly-like substance, and the entire area is covered with cytoplasm. So let us see about cell wall. Okay. Cell wall. Okay. Cell wall is present only in plant cell. Okay, in animal cell it is absent. Cell wall is present only in plant cell. The cell wall is made up of cellulose, a substance called cellulose, right? Cell wall gives shape to the cell. Cell wall gives protection and support to the cell. Okay, and cell wall is the outermost covering. It is outside the plasma membrane. Okay, it is present outside the plasma membrane, outermost rigid, strong covering made up of cellulose, a chemical substance called cellulose. Okay, and it gives shape to the cell, protection and support to the cell. Cellulose is a material that can be digested only by herbivores, animals that feed on plants like cow, buffalo, cattle, goat, all this. We cannot digest cellulose. Okay, that's what we are dependent on plant products. Okay, that's about cell wall. Cell wall is present only in plant cell. It's made up of cellulose. It is present outside the plasma membrane. It gives shape, protection, and support to the cell. Right. Okay, so it is known as selectively permeable membrane. It will allow certain substances to pass through. Okay, the rest of the substance cannot enter the cell. Right. It is selectively permeable membrane. In that way, it helps in two important processes: diffusion and osmosis. You must have heard about diffusion and osmosis. Okay, where the solution passes from a higher concentration to a lower concentration. In case of osmosis, it is through semi-permeable membrane or selectively permeable membrane. So in this way, plasma membrane helps in diffusion and osmosis process. And plasma membrane is made up of lipids and proteins. So it is a bilayer, one layer of protein, one layer of lipids, one layer of protein, like that. Okay, it's a protein lipid structure. Okay, so it is a bilayer made up of proteins and lipids. Okay, next we'll see about cytoplasm. Okay, next we'll see about cytoplasm. Okay, cytoplasm is a very thick solution. Actually, you can call it as a jelly-like substance. Okay, a jelly-like substance. It will be dense. Dense means very thick. Okay, so thick solution or jelly-like substance. It is composed of water, salts, and some proteins. And this is filling the entire cell. It fills the entire cell. And in this cytoplasm, we have the nucleus and various cell organelles present. So in that cytoplasm, nucleus and other cell organelles are present. Cytoplasm is a dense, thick fluid, also known as jelly-like substance. Okay, and it contains water, salts, and some proteins. And more important is the various components of the cell, like nucleus and other cell organelles. And this cytoplasm is surrounded by the cell membrane. It is surrounded by cell membrane, right? So now let us see nucleus. Nucleus is a very prominent structure in the cell. Okay, nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown. Okay, nucleus is known as the director of the cell. It controls and coordinates all the functions of the cell and also helps in reproduction process. It controls and coordinates all the functions of the cell and also helps in reproduction. Nucleus, very prominent structure inside the cell. Okay, all eukaryotes have well defined nucleus. When I say well defined, the nucleus will have the membrane, nuclear membrane. Okay, nucleus, a well defined nucleus will have nuclear membrane, nucleolus. So here we are going to see nucleus, eukaryotic, and eukaryotic nucleus. Okay, so you can see a cell membrane. Okay, remember this is nucleus. It is not cell, it is nucleus inside the cell. So the diagram of nucleus. Okay, this nucleus has a nuclear membrane. Then there you can see gap. That gap is called the nucleopore for intercellular communication. There is a pore. Pore means minute hole. That is called nucleopore. Like in cell we have cytoplasm. Here in the nucleus we have nucleoplasm. Okay, inside the nucleus we have nucleoplasm. Again a thick solution or a jelly-like substance. On the nucleoplasm we have two important characters. One is nucleolus. This round structure is called nucleolus. And this one, the thread-like structure, is called chromatin reticulum. This chromatin reticulum at the time of reproduction will become condensed to form chromosomes. These chromosomes will have the genetic material DNA, and part or segment of DNA will contain genes. And these structures store informations that are passed on from one generation to the next generation. The characters inherit, pass on, or get transferred from one generation to the another generation. So that very important character is present there. That is chromatin reticulum. This will become short, condensed, when at the time of cell division. As it becomes condensed, this chromatin reticulum, they are called as chromosomes. They will contain DNA, the genetic material, and a single portion or segment of DNA will contain genes. So it is a hereditary unit. It helps in transmission of characters from one generation to the other. So that's why I told in the beginning, nucleus helps in reproduction. Nucleus helps at the time of cell division. All these things I told. So this is the structure of nucleus. nucleus, known as the director of the cell, very important, prominent cell organelle, first discovered by Robert Brown. It has a nuclear membrane. It is a eukaryotic nucleus. It has cell nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, nucleolus, nucleopore, chromatin reticulum. Okay, this is the structure of nucleus. So in my next video, let me say more about various other cell organelles. Thank you for watching. Kindly like, share and subscribe. Thank you.